If you see a lion sprinting in your direction, how would you respond? Not everyone reacts the same way to an animal, but the most of us would likely want to flee as quickly as possible. You won't believe what happened to this lion when he confronted the man. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. In addition to their striking appearance, lions, tigers, and leopards also evoke strong feelings of danger in our minds. Many of us find it enjoyable to watch these magnificent animals from a distance due to their innate hunting instincts, but not everyone shares our sentiments. For as long as they can remember, Armin Gerber and his wife Beatrice have been animal lovers. In actuality, their mutual love of all things natural is what brought them together and allowed them to start dating. The couple soon got married, but what really astounded everyone was what they did next. Armand made the decision that he could no longer stand by and watch the creatures suffer after learning about the horrible conditions that some large cats in the wild wind up in, whether they are kept in private homes or low-cost zoos. He and his spouse assumed management of the Iron Throne Predator and Wildlife Park in South Africa shortly after, keeping this in mind. This park, a refuge spanning more than 200 acres, is home to a diverse range of animals with a primary emphasis on large cats. 10 lions, 2 leopards, 3 tigers, a cheetah, and several other animals like servals, warthogs, and porcupines were among the animals that called the park home as of 2019. Every animal has an ample amount of room to roam about and relish their newfound freedom in their everlasting home. Regretfully, every animal in the refuge was born into captivity and has never known life outside of it. They were therefore never taught the innate abilities they would need to live in the wild. Armand has saved several large cats. Many of them were only a few weeks old when they were spared. They had been accustomed to people since Armand and his wife had to raise them by hand because they had to be raised without their moms. And therefore, they could not be released into the wild due to their lack of innate instincts and abilities. Armand takes good care of and loves these creatures, even though it is unfortunate that they will never be able to enjoy full freedom. Armand saved them all from horrible living circumstances in captivity. All the animals here are captive-born. 90% of them remain raised by us. But the most important thing is that 8 of our lions come from a facility that was closed down for bad publicity, Armand stated during a telephone interview. They seem like rescues to us. Their house is here to stay. Every day I have to justify our ownership of lions, but if I could, I would take ownership of every single caged lion on the planet. All of the large cats at the sanctuary saw Armand as another member of their pride due to the way they were raised, which makes for some unusual interactions. Armand isn't scared to enter the cat cages with them since he loves them so much. The enormous creatures respond pretty strangely whenever he walks into the cages, whether it with the tigers, lions, leopards, or cheetahs. When Armand goes to welcome the animals, it may appear to an outsider that they are attacking him, but in actuality, they are just giving him a big embrace. Yes, it is correct. These enormous, vicious creatures will eagerly leap up to show their favorite person some affection. In addition, the guy lets the cats know that belly scratching are fun from an early age and will always be appreciated, regardless of how large the cats get. Armand knows that although he loves the creatures and thinks they love him back, they are still hazardous, and he accepts the dangers associated with doing so. The man will almost always come out of the cat enclosures with small scratches and bite marks on him. Animals this size are accustomed to rougher play, so this is nothing out of the ordinary. Luckily, Armand takes it all in his stride and just brushes off any wounds that he gets. After all, you really shouldn't be in charge of a big cat animal sanctuary if you can't take a little bump here and there. According to Armand, he gets to spend time with his favorite animals, while also making sure they are secure and have a nice place to live, making his work one of the most fulfilling in the world. Additionally, he thinks that being present and assisting in their upbringing from an early age is crucial to forging a close relationship with animals, particularly those that are more hazardous and wild by nature. He claims that you won't form a strong attachment with the animal if you haven't reared it. Some people think I'm crazy for doing this job. Some people think I'm testing my fate, Armin adds. Keep in mind that I work here for a living, And my motivations are love and trust. I take for granted how lucky I am to be able to work with and care for these animals. They are my kin. But he's not the only one who adores these magnificent and wonderful animals. Beatrice, his wife, too, has a soft spot in her heart for these large cats. It costs a significant amount of money for the sanctuary to feed and care for the animals. Thus, visitors are frequently invited and encouraged to stop by and have a look at the park's inhabitants. This is Beatrice's moment to shine. Whilst her spouse is usually the one to connect with the felines and other animals, Beatrice handles after the sanctuary's marketing platforms. She will also function as a guide to tourists on the weekends, and will even get down and dirty in helping muck clean the animals' enclosures. Not that Beatrice won't engage with the animals, she is just a little more circumspect than her spouse. Armand has acknowledged that of all the large cats at the refuge, he probably has a soft spot for the two leopards named Mischief and Aurora. Despite his declaration that he couldn't decide between the two, Mischief is a little more special than her companion since she is a split leopard. In other words, her mother was an authentic black leopard. It's a normal occurrence in the wild, but seeing them is quite uncommon because their numbers are dwindling. Armand is certain that these creatures should be valued and given equal treatment, just like people. In an interview, he stated that you will suffer consequences if you treat an animal disrespectfully. He therefore goes above and above to demonstrate to the cats that he is their friend. He communicates with the cats as much as he can and does so through body language. Armand enjoys spending time with two creatures in particular, Rufus and Brutus, two adolescent male lions. When they stand on their hind legs, they are higher than their human companion and weigh more than 250 kilograms apiece. The two lions are quite affectionate and like playing well with the man who reared them in spite of this. Every other day, Armand observes, new meat is served to all of the huge cats. To ensure that they are as healthy as possible, they are given vitamins and nutrients on the days when they are not fed meat. Although many people may believe that these animals should be allowed to wander freely, the sad truth is that many animals who are born into captivity are unaware of how to behave in their natural habitat. However, there is hope that these creatures will be able to live as normal a life as possible, in an environment that is as similar to their original state as possible, because of kind and compassionate individuals like Armand and Beatrice. With continued care, these creatures should hopefully become less endangered in the wild and see a steady increase in population. Another way to support these incredible animals is by donations to sanctuaries or non-profit organizations like the WWF. We appreciate you viewing this video. I hope you found it as entertaining as I did. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.